Hey everyone, this is Concho from Concho Sewing and welcome back to another edition of DIY Sewing. So in this video tutorial I'll be showing you how to make a utility pouch. I already made a video for utility pouch, but this one is a bit of an upgrade, so you can say. So I'll show you what I've done with this one. The fabric is Cordura, as you can see, coyote brown. On the front we have some pulse webbing, some Velcro with the morale patches, in this case my logo. On the back side we have a molly panel attached with Velcro. We have a double zipper, as you can see, and inside we have some interesting stuff. We have on each side we have a pocket. We have a pocket on both sides with some elastic webbing for organizing your stuff inside, and we have some D-ring for key or stuff like that, something what's important. Okay, so let's start sewing. Okay, so for this particular pouch you will need two pieces of fabric. Currently I'm using Cordura. So this is our front piece, this is our back piece. We have bottom part, we have a zipper part, and we have some two mesh parts for inner pockets. Okay, now the measurements. Measurements are 14 centimeters by 22 centimeters, and that goes for both pieces and for mesh fabric. And for our bottom part we have 8 centimeters by 33 centimeters, and for our zipper part we have 8 centimeters by 41 centimeters. As we go along I will show you and tell you what we need more. We will need lots of webbing, we will need some zippers, we will need some plastic D-rings, some Velcro, some elastic tape for inner side of the pouch, and I will show you that as we go along. Okay, so first off let's start with our front part of the pouch. Okay, so front part of the pouch. First, what we want to do, we want to translate these markings onto the front side. So as you can see, this front side, this is right side of the fabric and this is the wrong side of the fabric. I've drawn on the inside of the fabric. We want to translate that onto the front side because we will need it as a reference for stuff we are going to sew it on. So the way I do it, you can use strong light, as you can see, and then just mark the edges, middle points and stuff like that, and then use the ruler. If your fabric is such that you cannot see through it when you shine the light on the other side, you will have to use your stencil that you use to draw, the markings on the inner side, or just strongly press on the angles, and that you get an impression on the other side and you know where the angles are. Okay, let's Okay, Now let's add a middle line. I will use this wooden pen, which will be easy to remove later. You can use the soap or chalk specifically made for drawing on canvas, on fabric. Okay, so we have our middle line. Now what's important is that you understand what you want to do on the back, on the inner side of the pouch and on the outer side of the pouch. I want to add some pulse webbing, maybe three sets of webbing, something like that. Here on the top side here I will add some Velcro. This is a 5 centimeter Velcro. This can be used for morale patches and stuff like that, other markings. Okay, so something like this on the front side. And now we need to consider what's going to be on the inner side of the pouch, because in what order we are going to sew on the inner side. So what I'm thinking is something like this: a pouch, a pocket on the inner side, and pocket on the inner side, and some webbing that will go over it, something like this, and another part here, and we will sew that in the middle. And that will be sewn on the pocket. Let me just cut this. So as you can see, I'm measuring some few centimeters more from the actual part of the fabric, just to be sure. So we have a pocket and two Velcro, two elastic tapes, something like that. That will be our inner side. Okay, let's start with the front side. Okay, before we start sewing, let's add some curvature to our pouch. I have a video tutorial on how to make these and how to sew with these, so you can check those out. Okay. this will add some style to our pouches. Personally, I don't like squared pouches. It looks a bit silly. Alright, so I'll start sewing this just where the curvature meets this line here. Okay, now let's sew the Velcro. So I marked 3 centimeters from the top on both sides, and that will be our mark for the Velcro. I will do a box and cross shape stitch. Okay, so this is our Velcro. Now let's add some webbing here on the front. 3 sets like that. We'll see how many actually we can fit. Okay. Okay, so we have our white line here on the middle. You can barely see it. That's our guideline for the webbing. So you take the webbing. So the webbing I took, it's about the same size. You just place the webbing on the fabric and cut approximately same size. But if you're wondering exactly what's the measure, it's 17 centimeters. Okay, fold it in half and place it some 1 centimeter from the Velcro, and sew it in the middle here. So what I did, take your webbing, fold it in half. You can use this is soap, and just, or any chalk or something like which leaves a white mark, and you have your middle point. 1 centimeter from the Velcro here, and sew it. I have a video tutorial on how to sew pulse webbing and molly panels as well, so you can check those out. I'll put the links in the description. Okay, now that we finished that, now let's add some middle points, 4 centimeters from the middle on both sides. And now let's do the inner side and add some pockets. Okay, now let's see, for that pocket we want to make. Let's align the bottom part and fold it some 4.5 centimeters from the top, because this is the same size of the fabric. We will fold it some 4.5 centimeters from the top. Let's just sew this. Now let's fold this in half. Let's fold the pocket in half. This will be our middle point, so we know exactly where to sew the webbing. Now fold the elastic webbing in half. You can use the soap to mark the middle point. And sew it some 2 centimeters from the top. Sew the middle points. Let's add another part of the webbing, and the next part will be 3 centimeters apart. Now try to add some, try to align the edges exactly right, because this will give us a bit more space in the middle. Or you can just sew it like this, and it will be a good stretch. I will add some. Okay, so this is our pocket, and that will go here. So let's start sewing it from the bottom, because that's where because the pocket and the front piece match at the bottom, and sew it. Alright, we have pocket, we have some elastic loops, and we have our front part. Okay, so to the back panel. Alright, so same thing goes for the back panel. So we need to translate the markings from the wrong side to the right side of the panel. Let's go ahead and do that. Same thing, let's mark the middle point of the fabric. We'll use 3 webbings. We'll use 3 parts of the webbing that will go across like that. So like I said, place the webbing like that, and that's your measure. So you don't have to use the ruler or something like that every time you have to cut the part of the webbing. Okay, 3 parts of those, and we will need 2 parts that will go from the top to the bottom, and we'll add some more like that. Now I will tell you what's the length. $32 centimeters for the vertical one. Let's start sewing these up. So first we will skip. First we will skip 1 row. Take the webbing, mark it. Okay, now continuing on. Alright, next thing, we want to mark 4 centimeter from the left and right side of the middle point, on top and bottom. We want to place our vertical webbing just in the middle of the 4 centimeter mark here. Okay, let's add some curvature here. Let's add some Velcro. This is the male part of the Velcro and it will go here. I decided to use this male part of the Velcro on the stationary part of the pouch, so to say, because the male part lasts way longer than the female part. The fluffy one usually gets ripped, and as you are using it, you are pulling the fabric out of it, and after a certain period of time it uses its ability to catch this rugged one. So it's easier to replace the fluffy part if it's placed here rather than here, so you have to undo the whole pouch. Okay, so male part of the Velcro, and it's 3 centimeter Velcro, 3 centimeter length, and I will be placing it some 2 centimeters from the bottom. Let's mark that. Okay, now we need to determine how long our vertical webbing is going to be. And one way I found out to work for me is like this. So you have a middle point here of the Velcro. You take the end part of the vertical webbing, place it here, and just align it like that. So our female part of the Velcro will go from some half centimeter from the top here and to half centimeter to the bottom. So we snag the good part of the Velcro like that. So the length is 6 centimeters. This is the place where we are going to put it. So you can see now where I place the Velcro, we have enough length to grab the whole part of the Velcro on the fabric on the back panel. Let's repeat the process. Now we have both parts. We have our pull tab. Okay, now that we finished the back panel, now let's start working on the pocket. So our pocket will be 4 centimeters from the top. Now let's fold the upper part of the pocket and sew it 2 times. You will align the pocket with the marks, 4 centimeter marks. You will take the bottom part of the pocket, place it, align it with the bottom part of the back panel, and some 3 centimeters from the bottom, 3 centimeters from the bottom here, just fold the rest of it on itself like that. I have a video tutorial about making pockets, so you can check those out. I'll put them in the description. So this is one variant, and right now we will just take that and sew these to hold them in place. Okay, now let's take the elastic webbing. This is a 5 centimeter webbing, and we'll place 2 of those, one near the top and one here near the bottom. We'll just do it the same way we did it with the previous panel. As you can see, I'm measuring it like this, so you align with the edge and just cut the same measure, or you can add a bit more, it's up to you. Now let's fold this in half like that to find the middle point. So you can see we have the middle. Now let's take this elastic loop and mark the middle point and sew it onto the pocket. Now try to align the next part of the elastic loop just below this, just above this point here, because you want to use your pocket to be able to use this additional space of the pocket. You don't want to sew it here, just above it. Make sure that you can use this, use the rest of this space of the pocket. Don't sew it. Okay, so we got our pocket. Looks nice. Now let's sew it to the back panel. Now I want you to remember this, since we have these pull tabs that are sticking way out and we are going to sew this over this line. I want you to place these securely away from this bottom line so you don't sew over it. These mistakes happen regularly if you don't pay attention. Okay, we are going to mark the 4 centimeters from the top. Let's check that again. Okay, and start sewing it in this order. Alright, now we have another pocket. It has enough space here, as you can see, for the whole hand. You have additional 4 spaces here. I want to add another thing, and that is D-ring. We want to place one D-ring inside for who knows what. We'll place it in the middle. That should be enough. I'll tell you the measures. 18 centimeters. You can attach your keys, you can attach anything that's important. Add a D-ring. This is a YKK D-ring. LD25E, something like this, and you just give it a few stitches here. And let's place it here exactly in the middle. Okay, so we have our back panel, we have our front panel. Now it's time to sew the zipper, and let's do that. Okay, so for the zipper part we are going to use the 41 centimeter part. We have a 33 centimeter and this is 41 centimeter. What you're going to do now, you're going to find the middle points. So this is 8 centimeter and you will mark the middle point, which is 4 centimeter. Connect these two. I have a video tutorial on how to sew zippers, so you can check that out. I'll leave the links in the description. So I'll proceed just and do this without any explanation, because I already made a video about it. Let's add some pull tabs. Uh, 10 centimeters. By the way, this is a 25 centimeter cordage. Okay, so our zipper part is finished. Now let's assemble the whole pouch. Okay, time to assemble the whole pouch. We have a zipper part, top part. We have a back panel, front panel, and we have bottom part. Now, let's start first with attaching the bottom part to the back panel. Okay, time to assemble the bottom part to the back panel. First off, with the bottom part, we want to fold it in half, like that. And just fold it in half, and that's your middle point. Okay, now let's get this off our way. Take the bottom part, align the middle points with the middle points on the pouch, on the back panel, and start sewing. Now remember to lift the bottom part so you can follow this edge here that we've drawn before. Give it a few stitches, lift the bottom part and see where you need to go. Don't sew it all the way up, leave some 5 to 6 centimeters from the top. Work your way down. Leave some 5 to 6 centimeters from the top. Go back to your starting point. Okay, now let's attach the zipper. You can now return the vertical webbing back. Let's take the zipper, find the middle point, let's repeat the process, aligning it with the middle point here, and work your way. Now when you get near to the bottom part, now you understand why we have left some 5 to 6 centimeters from the top part. You want to fold. Let's see if I can get this. You want to fold the bottom part underneath the top part, like that. I hope that's clear. So bottom part is folded on itself, and the zipper part goes over it, like that. You can have some 2 to 3 centimeters fold, like that, or you can have less, it's up to you. Okay, now let's work the side parts. Let's connect the bottom and top part, like that. Align it and do double stitching. One line here and another few steps down. Repeat the process for the other side. Alright, now it's time to sew the front panel. Okay, so first off, let's connect the middle points. Be sure that your top panel is set right, so it's not upside down. Connect the middle points and do a stitching just to hold it in place. Now let's do that for the bottom part. Align the middle points. Okay. Now one thing before we continue, we need to mark the edges. We should have done that earlier, but it's better late than never. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to sew from this point to the curve, maybe a few centimeters below. We are going to do the curves on bottom and top part, and then we are going to connect the sides. Because if you do not have a walking foot machine or triple feed machine, just a regular machine with one set of transport, which are these dog feed tags here, machine will tend toward the fabric and the front part will be twisted, so we don't want that. So this is a way to ensure that your pouch and your panel is aligned. It turned out rather quite nicely. Bunch of stuff inside, 2 pockets. Alright everyone, so this pouch, this is how it turned out. It looks quite alright. At least this is a guideline for you. It doesn't have to be like that. You can make it however you want. This is just a guideline or idea. That's why I call it DIY projects in this video series, so you have some idea what you can make. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something from it. You can tell me what did you think about it in the comments down below. If you want to support me, you can support me on Patreon and PayPal. It means a lot to me. Subscribe, like and share, everything of that sort. I already said this in the last video. Making these videos takes time, takes energy. It's not something you can make every day and like in a factory, stamp it out every day and do it, because you would need a team of like 10 people to help you with that. I need mental energy just to sew it, record it and edit it, which uses most of my energy, and it's really quite boring and tedious to listen to yourself for 3 hours while I edit it. So your support means a lot to me. If you want me to continue making these videos, you can support me. Alright, so see you in the next video.